Welcome to quiz class, everyone. My name is Ellen, and today we have a 100 question quiz on general knowledge. Please share your score in the comments. Which two places were amalgamated to form the name of the capital city of Hungary? Buda and Pest, or Han and Gary? Buda and Pest. Which name bestowed upon him by his father did Pharaoh Tutankhamun reject on ascending the throne? Amenhotep, Akhenaten, or Tutankhaten? Tutankhaten. What happened to musician Jim Sullivan of the UFO album who disappeared in 1975? The truth is out there, aliens abducted him, or he faked his death. The truth is out there. What was an unusual indicator of wealth in the 18th century? Tanned or freckled skin, black rotting teeth, or jewel-studded rings? Black rotting teeth. What are tissue and telescopic eye implants, artificial body parts, and stem cell injections examples of? Regenerative medicine, biotechnology, or aerospace medicine? Regenerative medicine. During the ancient Egyptian mummification process, which body organs were preserved in canopic jars? Heart, skin, brain, and kidneys, liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines, or eyes, ears, nose, and mouth? Liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines. Which two Harry Potter characters are the only ones to have used all three of the unforgivable curses? Lord Voldemort and Barty Crouch Jr., Lord Voldemort and Harry Potter, or Lord Voldemort and Bellatrix Lestrange? Lord Voldemort and Barty Crouch Jr. What was revolutionary about ABBA's show-stopping Voyage concert in 2023? It used holograms of the band members, it created an immersive experience, or it used digital avatars of the band members? It used digital avatars of the band members. Which numeral system do 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 24 hours, and 360 degrees of a circle represent? The base 25 numeral system, the sexagesimal or the base 60 system, or the base 10 system? The base 60 system, sexagesimal. What is the name of the world's most photogenic gorilla located at the Higashiyama Zoo in Japan? Mufasa, Simba, or Shabani? Shabani. Who prevailed upon Rupert Murdoch to buy the rights to the show Pop Idol, renamed American Idol after every other network had rejected it? Lachlan Murdoch, Simon Fuller, or Elizabeth Murdoch? Elizabeth Murdoch. How long did it take before newfangled DNA profiling conclusively figured Albert DeSalvo as the Boston Strangler? 10 years, 49 years, or 6 months? 49 years. What is the capital city of Monaco? Monaco. What do we call the people of San Marino, the oldest republic in the world? San Marinos, San Marinese, or San Marinas? San Marinese. What is the name of the ring-shaped coral reef surrounding a lagoon? Atoll, pool, or island? Atoll. Which ocean was once known as the Ethiopian Sea or Ethiopian Ocean? The Indian Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, or the Pacific Ocean? The Atlantic Ocean. Which TV show was the first to use hidden cameras in 1948? Cops, Candid Camera, or The Real World? Candid Camera. Who is the pair of cantankerous hecklers on The Muppet Show who viciously vilify just about every act? Hilton and Astoria, Statler and Waldorf, or Albert and Alistair? Statler and Waldorf. Where in the world is Maldives? In the Indian Ocean southwest of Sri Lanka, in the Indian Ocean southwest of the Bay of Bengal, or off the coast of South Africa? In the Indian Ocean southwest of Sri Lanka. What is DARVO? Deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. It is a manipulative tactic that abusers use to gaslight their victim and turn the tables on them. What is the name of the type of murder where there appears to be no way in or out of the murder location? A whodunit, locked room mystery, or shut the front door mystery? Locked room mystery. How long did American Phineas Gage lived with a hole in his head before he died? He died immediately after the wound, he lived for 12 years after the accident, or he died within hours of being impaled. He lived for 12 years after the accident. Which Arab polymath who lived in the 9th century invented algorithms? Muhammad al-Khwarizmi, Leonardo Pisano-Bigolo, or Abu Kamil? Muhammad al-Khwarizmi. Which Roman fever so shattered ancient Rome that it was nicknamed the Rage of the Dog Star? Leprosy, malaria, or the Black Death? Malaria. Which is the only species of poisonous bird in the world? Cassowary, Lammergeier, or Pitohui? The hooded Pitohui. What the Americans call diapers are referred to as nappies, napkins, or pants in the UK, Australia, and Commonwealth countries. Nappies. Where in the world would you find the giant elephant tusks tribute that was built to welcome Princess Elizabeth in 1952? In Mumbai, India, in Harare, Zimbabwe, or in Mombasa, Kenya? In Mombasa, Kenya. Which is the oldest known graffiti art site that is 6,000 years old? The Inga Stone, the Great Wall of China, or the Amalfi Coastline, Italy? The Inga Stone. During the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, how did Budweiser deal with all the beer that had been banned 2 days before the start of the World Cup? They tweeted, "Winning country gets the buds." Which treaty between the Spanish and Portuguese monarchs divided the New World between them with a demarcation line on the map that ran from north to south? The Treaty of Brittany, the Treaty of Basel, or the Treaty of Tordesillas? The Treaty of Tordesillas. Why did the Afghan commander Mohammed Ashan turn himself into the police? To spy on the guards for the Taliban, to collect a $100 reward for his capture, or to offer to be a local guide for the U.S. Army? To collect the $100 reward. In the Wellerman Sea Shanty by Nathan Evans, what does tonguing mean? Excoriating someone, cutting off the whale's tongue, or cutting ribbons of a whale blubber? Cutting ribbons of whale blubber. Which was the computer chess program that defeated Garry Kasparov in 1997? Microsoft's Champion Chess, Garry Kasparov remains undefeated, or IBM's Deep Blue? IBM's Deep Blue. Which American president was arrested for speeding? Ulysses S. Grant, President Joseph Biden, or President Bill Clinton? President Ulysses S. Grant. Is the Texas Longhorn cattle breed native to Texas? No, it's a hybrid of American and French ones. No, it's a hybrid of English and Spanish ones. Or yes, that's why it's named after Texas. No, it's a hybrid of English and Spanish ones. What are the names of the two proteins that make up 75% of the dermis and keep your skin youthful? Keratin and elastin, collagen and keratin, or collagen and elastin? Collagen and elastin. Which well-loved vegetable took center stage as a princess test for nobility in a fairy tale? A tomato, an onion, or a pea? What is the name of this iconic Antipodean musical facility which has its own opera titled The Eighth Wonder? Vienna Staatsoper, Sydney Opera House, or Palau de l'Art Reina Sofia? Sydney Opera House. What do psychologists call the situation where people are less likely to help someone in need if others are present? The bystander effect, the bystander circle, or active bystanders? The bystander effect. Which was the first of the 7 peace treaties that ended World War I? The Treaty of Brest-Litovsk, the Treaty of Versailles, or the Treaty of Saint-Germain-en-Laye? The Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. Why did the capital city of Canada change every 2 years? They couldn't settle on the capital's location. They believed that change spices up life, or because Canada is a very large country. They couldn't settle on the capital's location. What does the incantation abracadabra mean? It's Hebrew for I will create as I speak. It's a magician's chant to work the magic, or it's a charm to cure malaria. It's Hebrew for I will create as I speak. What triggered the 100-hour war during the 1969 World Cup? When El Salvador won the soccer match, when a fan streaked past the soccer pitch, or when the teams had to rematch? When El Salvador won the soccer match. Which 1985 blockbuster coined this memorable line? Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Back to the Future 1985, Commando 1985, or Teen Wolf 1985? Back to the Future 1985. What is a quantum computer? One that is 100 times faster than a regular one with 1,000 quantum bits, or one that can calculate space travel? One with 1,000 quantum bits. What are TOI 700b, TOI 700d, and TOI 700e according to NASA? Earth-like habitable exoplanets, active satellites orbiting Earth, or the moon's orbiting planet Jupiter? Earth-like habitable exoplanets. If you were to visit Sherlock Holmes in London, at which address would you ask the cab driver to drop you off? Baker Street, 221, 211 Baker Street, or 221 Butcher Street? 221 Baker Street. What have rats been trained to sniff out? The presence of water underground, landmines, TB and smuggling, or students cheating during the exams? Landmines, TB, and smuggling. Which wretched creature rose from the lifelessness of body parts stitched together to sheer existence, yelling, "Father, Father"? Frankenstein, the father is the real monster, or Frankenstein's creature? Frankenstein's creature. What's the etymology of the word 11? From the Dutch word for 11, which is elf, Old English 10 and 1 left over, from the German word for 11, which is elf. Old English 10 and 1 left over. Does light travel only forwards? Of course, it travels only forwards. No, it can travel to and fro simultaneously, or no, it travels only backwards. No, it can travel to and fro simultaneously. What does the acronym TARDIS stand for? Time and relative divisions in space, time and relative dimensions in space, or time and relative dimension in space? Time and relative dimension in space. Which one of the following English accents is non-rhotic? US English, Scottish English, or received pronunciation? Received pronunciation. O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? What does wherefore mean? Why, who, or where? Why? What is a Hungarian goulash or goulias? A ground beef and macaroni dish, a Halloween treat, or a rich beef stew? A rich beef stew. Which US president is the only one to have visited Fort Knox? Donald Trump, Franklin Roosevelt, or Barack Obama? Franklin Roosevelt. What is the name of the Icelandic bread that is baked in the hot ground for 24 hours? Volcanic lava bread, tabbouleh bread, or Manikish za'atar? Volcanic lava bread. How did Dr. Jekyll turn into Mr. Hyde? He injected himself with a serum that he created, the full moon forced the transformation, or he drank a potion made for him by a witch. He injected himself with a serum that he created. Why were high heels invented in the 10th century? For short women who desired to look taller, for women who wanted to hide their big feet, or for male horse riders to sit better in the saddle? For male horse riders to sit better in the saddle. Who is the most popular poet in the United States? Walt Whitman, Mevlana Jalaluddin Rumi, or Lord Byron? Mevlana Jalaluddin Rumi. What are gouache, ink, acrylic, watercolor, and oil paint examples of? They are phototypes, they are paper types, or they are paint forms. They are paint forms. What does the baking term proofing mean? To test the dough for authenticity, to let the dough rise in bulk via fermentation, or to insulate the baking pans? To let the dough rise in bulk via fermentation. When the lookout of a ship shouts, "There she blows," what has he sighted out on the sea? A dolphin, a whale, or a mermaid? A whale. Apologies to all Karens, but what is a Karen expected to do when things don't go her way? She asks to speak to the manager, she leaves, or she takes selfies. She asks to speak to the manager. In the 1990s, how did you refer to a music CD that compiled many new singles from various artists? A playlist, a compilation CD, or an album? A compilation CD. In Akan folklore, what does the spider Anansi or Anans embody? He's the god of wisdom and divination. He's the god of judgment and justice, or he's the god of wisdom, stories, and trickery. He's the god of wisdom, stories, and trickery. What happened to Bridget Driscoll at Crystal Palace, London in 1896? She was the first person ever in the world to be hit by a car. What are applications of optogenetics? Mapping the brain and behavioral studies, laser eye surgery and genetics, or this tool can be used in all branches of medicine. This tool can be used in all branches of medicine. What is the name of our current number system? The Euro-American number system, the Vigesimal number system, or the Hindu-Arabic number system? The Hindu-Arabic number system. What is a glaring of cats? A group of cats glaring at you, a group of 3 or more cats, or a group of tigers? A group of 3 or more cats. What is a lava lake? A type of cake, an inactive lake in a crater, or a pond of molten lava in a volcano's crater? A pond of molten lava in a volcano's crater. Which is a site that is believed to contain the Holy Grail of Christendom? The Valencia Cathedral, the Basilica of San Isidoro, or New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art? The Valencia Cathedral. What was a mixtape to people who grew up in the 80s? An informal compilation of songs on a cassette, a digital collection on a CD, or a digital release by a disc jockey? An informal compilation of songs on a cassette. Who was the voice actor for Cinderella in 1950 animated movie by Disney? Eileen Woods, Anita Radcliffe, or Helen Stanley? Eileen Woods. Which U.S. state has the highest ratio of cattle to people at 4.32? Nebraska, Wyoming, or South Dakota? South Dakota. Which is the most polluted megacity in the world? New Delhi, India, Lahore, Pakistan, or Dammam, Saudi Arabia? Lahore, Pakistan. Which place was the origin of the Spanish flu or influenza pandemic of 1918 to 1919? Mexico, Spain, or the United States? The United States. What did Archimedes, Percy Spencer, and Will Kellogg have in common? Their inventions came about through unintentional errors. Who was the first ever self-made Black female millionaire in the United States? Oprah Winfrey, Sarah Breedlove, Madam C.J. Walker, or Annie Turnbow Malone? Annie Turnbow Malone. How large is iceberg A23A that ungrounded itself from Antarctic waters in November 2023? As large as a house, as large as New York City, or as large as Rhode Island? As large as Rhode Island. If the food you're cooking is too salty, what should you toss into the pot to even it out? Canned soup or raw potatoes, sugar, cream, or lemon juice, or bacon, prosciutto, or anchovies? Sugar, cream, or lemon juice? Which tech company announced the release of the first ever quantum computer in December 2023? IBM, Starlink, or Apple? IBM. Which African bird responds to oral cues from foragers to lead them to honey? The white eagle, the greater honey guide, or the gray parrot? The greater honey guide. What do Santeria worshippers call their queenly mermaid goddess? Ocean, Anye, or Yemaya? Yemaya. Which type of natural fabric is made from the flax plant fibers? Cotton, linen, or jute? Linen. On which date did the new year begin before the adoption of the Gregorian calendar? January 1st, December 25th, or March 25th, Lady Day? March 25th, or Lady Day. What does Wi-Fi stand for? Wireless fidelity, wireless fine-tuning, or nothing? It was made up. Nothing, it was made up. Which is the leading cause of death in deserts? Drowning, thirst, or hunger? Drowning. Which part of our body remains the same size our entire life? The nose, the eyeball, or the ear? The eyeball. Who was the only woman who ever outsmarted Sherlock Holmes? Molly Cooper, Mrs. Hudson, or Irene Adler? Irene Adler. In Hinduism, what do they call the festival of colors? Holi, Diwali, or Rangila? Holi. Which disease or condition cannot be treated by penicillin? Acne, a sore throat, or pneumonia? A sore throat. What is the largest organ of the body? The skin. Who was the first mammal that scientists cloned? Lassie the dog, Dolly the sheep, or Pepper the pig? Dolly the sheep. Which disease takes its roots from the Italian words that mean bad air? Malaria, typhoid fever, or dengue fever? Malaria. Which writing system did the Sumerians devise? The Phoenician alphabet, the cuneiform script, or the Ashuri alphabet? The cuneiform script. Who invented the cheeseburger in 1934? Lionel Sternberger, Colonel Sanders, or Richard McDonald? Lionel Sternberger. How often does the skin's epidermis regenerate in adults? Every fortnight, every 27 or 28 days, or every 2 years? Every 27 or 28 days. What products was Amazon selling when it first started as an online store? Apparel, DVDs, or books? Books. Which punctuation mark looks like a zigzag? The certitude point, the snack mark, or the doubt point? The doubt point. And bonus question, which fruit is the only one whose seeds are visible on the outside? Let us know the answer in the comments. Thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.